I think we have a male loneliness epidemic because men are way more emotional than women. Men are so emotional that a woman can break a man's heart and he'll tell himself, you know what, after this, I'm not fucking with no other bitch. Every other bitch that come after you is getting played. I'm gonna fuck them hoes up just like you fucked me up. They're so emotionally untethered that they don't know how to regulate their emotions. Whereas a woman can get her heart broken and, simply compartmentalize everything that she's been through. Probably has to do a little healing, a little therapy, you know what I'm saying? But they'll be able to fall in love again. Men just tell themselves, oh, I tried it once and you got me that one time, and they'll never try it again. They'll never tell themselves to put themselves that close to another person to be hurt again, because why? They have way bigger emotions than a lot of women out here. A lot of men won't tell you that. They won't say it, but they have way more emotions than a lot of women do. And that's why it's hard for women to find men, because a lot of them have only tried once. They've only tried it once, and then they just went to fucking bitches over. You know what I'm saying? It was easier that way. They don't get hurt. They can't handle that. Men are way more emotional than women.
This is another juicy video of men exposing themselves and taking accountability for the male loneliness epidemic. There are a lot of men who are coming out to hold other men accountable for the male loneliness epidemic. Yes, if you guys don't know, there is currently a male loneliness epidemic and men are coming out to blame themselves for it. Anyways, if you guys know me, I love a video of men taking accountability or at least exposing themselves. So guys, let us get into it.
Whenever I see a man complain about this male loneliness epidemic, what I hear is, women have refused to sleep with you, and that is why you are lonely. A lot of you men don't want to form connection. You don't want to bond with these women. You don't want to commit to these women. You just want to hit and move to the next one. And these women are beginning to wake up, realizing that they are not toys that you can use and discard whenever you like. And because many of you men have been taught by this patriarchy system that your worth as a man is in the amount of money you make, is in the amount of muscles you can build. And these days, women are beginning to make their own money, and the only thing you place your value in no longer interests them, and now you are lonely. Some of you men, take away money, you have absolutely nothing to offer to these women. You can pull hooks though, but a woman who knows her worth and can provide for herself will need you to be more than just a provider. Not as if she will ask you not to provide for her. She will need you to be emotionally intelligent, mature, know how to hold meaningful conversations, connect on a deeper level, and can envision a future. Because some of you men, your heads are empty. If she cannot trust you in doing that, then she doesn't have any use for you. And how can I forget? That is why some of you men feel threatened by a woman's financial independence. Because you know you cannot control her with money, you feel like her financial independence is a threat to your leadership. So you go for women who will depend on you financially so that you'll be able to control them. And when you meet a woman who got her shits together, need you to be more than just a financial provider, you run away. Settle for less to validate your inability to be a real man, to be a grown-up man. Look, man, I am always here. If you need to talk, if you need to grow up, I am always here. My DM is open.
Women are to blame for the male loneliness epidemic.
Why do you think that?
It's way easier for women to get 10 guys than it is for one guy to get 10 women. Surrender to me!
Because women don't want to sleep with you, that's why you're lonely.
Listen! Even if I didn't make 6 figures, I'd want to save it, but women said I should spend it all on them. They basically expect me to pay for their love.
Well, would you want a woman that talks like
I
that?
prefer women who make their own money and are educated. So no.
So then you're not lonely. You feel rejected by a woman you don't even want in the first place, but you want the woman you reject to want you too?
The problem is most women think like that. So they're the reason I'm lonely! Now I hate all
There's
of them.
There's plenty of women who don't think like that. You're just on the internet, and the most negative thing you can find on the internet always goes viral.
But if it goes viral, that means many women agree with it. So women make me not feel enough because I'm intelligent, but I don't have those things.
There's plenty of women that like intelligent men. Do you like intelligent women?
Yes, I want her to be smart, but not too intelligent, because then she's going to try to be the man in the relationship over me.
How you don't like the type of woman that you want to like you?
Because intelligent women are too independent. So basically, women make me feel like I'm not needed in this world. They make me feel like I'm not strong enough. I play too many games. Now I'm scared to talk to them.
If you feel weak, work out. If you hate playing games, stop playing so many. If you want to make friends, talk to
But the women!
You can't blame women for things you're not doing in your life.
Watch me!
You are enough as you are. You just have to accept yourself, and things you want to improve on, just start making little movements towards that.
So instead of living up to women's expectations, just to set my own, women make me feel like I'm not allowed to improve my life.
It's not women's fault!
It's too late! Red Pill 2025! Everything about my life is women's fault! I have no control over my life!
You have control over all of that!
It's hard for me to feel bad for incels because most of the people that are like suffering from this male loneliness epidemic are really just a bunch of dudes that are upset that they can't treat women any kind of way, and they don't have that entitlement to women's bodies like their dads and their granddads did, because women have more access to resources now. Like a lot more women are going to college. A lot more women have the chance to be like financially stable by themselves and not have to depend on another man. You know what I mean? Like they and instead of leveling up or doing any kind of self-work to make themselves like a viable candidate for like marriage or dating, they just sit back and bitch and moan about how unfair society is and how society lied to them. And it's that last part right there that makes me have no kind of empathy for these dudes, because it's like they sit up and watch red pill content all day, and a lot of the content is where it has like women being held accountable, and it's just really hypocritical because they aren't holding themselves accountable for their bad behaviors and their actions. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's frustrating because no matter what you say to them, they're always going to have this victim mentality about them. And it's just annoying as fuck. And now there are some dudes where it's like they have a hard time talking to people in general, and they aren't like the typical incels. And I do feel bad for those dudes because like, I suffer from social anxiety, you know what I mean? I know what it feels like to be scared to talk to folks in public, you know what I mean? Those people I have empathy for. But the other motherfuckers that want to get violent with women and force themselves onto women, y'all are hoes.
All right, y'all. So I just broke up with my ex of 5 years.
Hey, as a man to man, can we have a little conversation here? This is your ego wanting to sabotage the best situation you could ever have in your entire life, because you feel like she's taking the role of the man rather than you feeling like you can still be the man while existing beneath her. You got to remember, when you get into relationships, this has nothing to do with one person being dominant over the other. It has everything to do with partners in the relationship unconditionally caring for each other. There are no rules to relationships. That's why that's why divorce rates are so high. People are following rules that were never made for them. I feel so horrible because I think this is going to be actually happening more and more in the future. A lot of guys who have amazing girlfriends are going to be breaking up with them not because the woman, there's anything wrong with the woman. I mean, you heard this guy say it. There was nothing wrong with her. And the only way I can justify that happening to a man who like, apparently there's no issues, but like, I have to break up with you, it's an ego thing. And there was no conversation around, hey, how can I still feel like a man even though I make less than you? How can I still feel like the man that I desire to be, even if I'm in the submissive role, the role that is being the dependent role? But because that conversation never gets had, and we have more and more men every single day saying, I'm not going to open up to my woman, I'm not going to speak to a girl about nothing but sex, blah, blah, blah. Like, it confuses me what you guys even speak to women about. Like, do you just act like you care until you realize that like you aren't the person you say you are? And then you leave so they don't find out that you aren't the person you say you are faster than you can expose it? Now remember, this isn't nothing against the dude who made the video. I'm just saying, like, gender roles aren't real, and you guys, especially in today's day in society where the average individual human being can't even support themselves, gender roles are going to kill you. Trying to uphold them, trying to adhere to them, trying to be like, oh, you know what? Well, it's like, I just don't like her because I am basically the woman and she wears the pants in this relationship. It's an ego thing, bro. And no other relationship will work for you, because this was somebody who unconditionally gave to you, bro, before you had shit. Meaning that she saw something in you that you couldn't even see in yourself. And now you're sacrificing that for somebody who's already going to have you. Like somebody who's going to get you at the end of the finish line, and then you're going to complain that no girl wants the real you. They just want what you have. Isn't it crazy how that shit works out? Like, I reject all the women who loved me before I was the man I thought I was. But then I chase all the girls who only care about the material man that I am and not the real human man that I am. And then I continue to not be emotionally present or available, or to feel insecure and not know how to communicate it, not speak to a therapist, not have a healthy community of men that can give me some reason. Because think about this, we're doing all of this bullshit in dating culture. We're not even doing this in like the real like relationship shit. And maybe that's one of the issues that's stopping us from having people getting married in marriage culture, It's people not even being able to make it through a dating process. And I'm not talking about struggle love here. But the second somebody exposes that they're a human being, it's like we automatically think that they're not the person for us and it's time to go to the next one. And you could attribute that to social media or whatever you want to, and this is where we as men need to truly understand what accountability means. Like, it's more than just go to a therapist. Like, this is where we as men need to understand, hey, you know what? I don't know where I finished the last part of this video because this is a stitch and it's so shitty with editing. But to conclude this whole entire video, I just want to say the male loneliness epidemic that we're about to see, and it's not going to just be loneliness. It's going to be emotional dysregulation. It's going to be suicide. It's going to be crazy mental health issues. But I mean, we should have expected that. This is the consequence of living in the patriarchy. All these systems are meant to self-destruct and only serve the 1%. How beautiful is that? But the male loneliness epidemic is going to be from men who don't want to address the soul that they've never cared for that sits behind their ego. And in a world where people, like the average person, does not have access to having their needs met, basic needs met, people, the only thing that they'll have to compete in this social game, this world that we play in, is going to be their ego. And you don't want to know what people would do when compromised in a position to choose between their soul and their ego, especially in this world that we live in. But again, I don't know too much about that creator other than the fact that these conversations are so important in the men's community because at least exposing them gives us an opportunity to address them. At least it does. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right in this situation. If you are able to keep yourself safe and the other person in the relationship safe, that's dope. That's what we should be prioritizing, not how it looks or how it feels or what. Forgive me, I'm saying everything now. If everybody's taken care of, there are no issues here. But I just want you to know that you might have more control in these situations than you think you do. And it might come on the other side of doing something that you would have never expected yourself as a man to have to do.
One of the primary reasons for why the male loneliness epidemic exists is because we as men have this idea and this belief that the less emotional we are, the more masculine we become. But all that does is it creates a numbness within us, and the less emotional you are, the more emptier you're going to be, not more masculine. Some men walk around with titanium hearts as if it were a flex. Some men walk around and wear their inability to connect with others as a badge of honor. And it's always the same story. Repress your emotions, suppress your emotions, and then detach. And then men wonder why there is a male loneliness epidemic and why love seems like it's something out of sight. Ironically, a lot of men will call this being rational, being logical, being strong, being stoic. But let's cut right through it all. Is it really strength if you can't even sit in your own emotions without feeling threatened? And the irony of it all is it starts extremely young. We're told as boys to toughen up, man up, stop crying, stop being so damn sensitive, leave that to the girls. We quickly learn as men that vulnerability invites ridicule. So we get older and we grow as men and we start to literally adapt the idea that if we show more, it makes us look weaker. So instead of expressing, we automatically shut down. A lot of us build a fortress of numbness to where it becomes our second nature and we cut off emotions sometimes before even fully registering them. Think about it. In society, a man who does not allow his emotions to cloud his judgment, admired and respected and revered by everyone. A man who can walk away from his love like it's just another day, envied by people. But this kind of emotional detachment doesn't make you stronger or more masculine. It just makes you emptier because you're going to struggle with literally everything, not just love. A man who can't process grief turns it into anger. A man who can't handle disappointment drowns it in distractions. And a man who can't express himself shuts down immediately. And the people who care about this man, they're outside of the walls knocking on those doors that never open. And ironically, the thing that we believe makes us more masculine keeps us isolated. The world does not need more emotionally unavailable men. It needs men who know how to sit with their emotions without letting them explode or erode them.
Male loneliness epidemic. Let's talk about it.
Is the cure to male loneliness simply thugging that shit out? Is it that easy? And it may sound like a joke, but it is literally the only solution that you have left to follow. after looks maxing all you can, trying to get your money up, and cold approaching all the women that you see on the street, it doesn't guarantee you a girlfriend.
After the looks maxing and trying to get your money. Then goes on to talk about girlfriend. You can be lonely in a relationship. But y'all know that because y'all are lonely in your male relationships. Why would I remember my friend's birthday? I'm not his girlfriend. I want you all to listen and listen good. You'll see why it would be hard for someone to give a fuck about a male loneliness epidemic. It looks like men are constantly doing it to themselves. Compliment your homie. Oh, you're glazing. Respect the woman. Oh, you're a simp. And then talking about the male loneliness epidemic, mention looks maxing and money. Don't even see yourselves as people. Without patriarchal ideals, what are you? A lot of you are nothing. Waste of space even. We all talk about loneliness. A lot of you are not going to want to hear this. You wouldn't want to be a friend. If you was a woman, you wouldn't want to date you. I feel bad for the youngest that y'all are tinted with y'all nonsense. But for the vast majority of you that know better but won't show better, fuck y'all. Y'all deserve to go to sleep alone.
Most of the dudes that commit violence against women are closeted, just to let y'all know. They don't look at a woman and see feminine energy. They don't look at a woman and feel feminine energy, because feminine energy they're actually not attracted to. But because they hate themselves so much, that's why they commit violent acts. A perfect example of this is a dude like Aaron Hernandez. I mean, he apparently was banging his quarterback in high school and suppressed that shit. But when dudes suppress who they are, they become violent, man. Because they don't like who they are. So they don't just commit violent acts against women, they commit violent acts against everybody. And a lot of these red pill dudes think they like women. And because they get rejected by all of them, what do? They become these lonely losers that go commit violent acts all the time. Another perfect example, there's this dude named Lou in the penitentiary. And Lou was in there for murder. He had a life sentence out of New York. And he ended up transitioning in the penitentiary. He was transgender. And he changed his name from Lou to Lily. And he started getting treatment in there. And Lily was a wonder to be around. Lou was not. Lou, you had to be on eggshells at all fucking times. And he was a violent dude. And when he turned into Lily, everything changed, man. And I know all these red pill loser motherfuckers like, oh, like, yeah, you'd rather run into Lily all day than Lou. So the importance societally of allowing the LGBTQIA community to be who they are is important. Because if everybody was just who they are without the stigma attached, violence in this country would probably be cut by 80%. Just to let y'all know. So if your dude hit you, he don't like girls.
Men don't want to admit it, but I'm happy these men in this video have come to call them out for it. There is currently a male loneliness epidemic. There are a lot of people who want to say it is not real, but it is real. There are a lot of men who are finding it hard to be in a stable relationship, build stable connections or genuine connections with women. There are a lot of men who are finding it hard to bond emotionally with women. And do you know the reason for the male loneliness epidemic? The main reason for it is because men don't like women. That's it. The male loneliness epidemic boils down to the fact that a lot of men just don't like women. They don't like women, they don't find women interesting, they don't like to be around women. A lot of men view women as sex objects. They want to have girlfriends in the abstract, but their lives are entirely homosocial. They don't even like women. They are just doing it because they want society to see them as straight. Most of these men don't like women. And some of them are gay. Yes, some of them are secretly on the DL, but they will pretend to like women, to be in relationships with women, just because they don't want to get dragged for their sexuality. Another reason for the male loneliness epidemic is because the urge to sleep with a new woman never goes away. Not when he's in love, not when he is married. A man always has the urge to sleep with a new woman. Most men believe that they were built to hunt and not settle, and nature rewards expansion, not comfort, so they will sleep with as numerous women as they want to. They will have numerous babies with numerous women. They do this deliberately. It's never about a woman's face or body, but it's about the thrill of a new conquest. A man's DNA whispers that there is more out there. A man's mind keeps telling him there is more out there. He has options. There are so many women out there. So rather than him looking for one girl who he can build a genuine connection with, because of the illusion of options and the thrill of chasing a new conquest, this guy will not build genuine connections with women. He will end up having superficial relationships, a bunch of casual sex, numerous exes, numerous flings, and he may end up not building a genuine connection with any woman because he was busy chasing dopamine, he was busy chasing excitement, he was busy chasing a new conquest. Most women, when they realize that they are dealing with this type of man, who is out there chasing for the next new thing or looking for the next new thing, a man who has a wandering eye, they will definitely not want to settle with this type of man. They will leave him and move on to a man who will treat them better. But a man who wants to hunt will definitely end up not even catching. A man who is excited about hunting will end up not even catching anything. Most of these men who are out there chasing multiple women will end up realizing that they have slept with tons of women and they haven't even built any genuine connection with any of these women because they are busy looking for the next new thing, the next body, the next beautiful girl. They want to sleep with the next beautiful girl. They want to go out with the next beautiful girl. They want to have something that excites them. Empty, superficial relationships, that's what he's going to get at the end of the day. Men like this, when they reach a certain age and they want to settle down, maybe their friends are settling down, they feel the pressure to also settle down and have a stable relationship. They find it hard to settle down because they haven't done the inner work to build a genuine connection with a woman. So most of these men end up being lonely because at that stage where they are under pressure to build emotional bonds with other women, they are finding it hard. If you haven't done the work internally, it is hard for them to have a girlfriend or to have a fiancé or a wife. They might end up just living their lives as players and ending up old and alone. If you have never seen a man who is lonely, trust me, you will never be able to understand. There are a lot of men who are really lonely. They just don't come out to say it. Men also experience the pressure of settling down. Most of them are also desperate for a relationship. The difference between men and women is men don't come outside to show their desperation. Women are the ones showing their desperation to settle down, showing their desperation to be in relationships. There are a lot of men who really want to be with women, but they cannot be with women because a lot of things are wrong. Their mindset, their behavior, the patterns which they have lived over the years, the fact that they have lived the playboy lifestyle, finding it hard to bond with women, all of this toxic training from red pill, from social media, from all of these toxic pages which they follow on Instagram, misogyny, all of these things affect their relationship with women. It affects how they view women. That is why they end up being lonely. The last but not the least reason why there's a male loneliness epidemic is because women are tired. Women are fed up. Women are tired of getting hurt by men. Women are tired of being through it. Women are tired of the trauma, the degrading, the disrespect, the pain that men have put them through to the point where they are just deciding to decenter men totally. Men have hurt women so much, so badly, that women don't even want to deal with them again. There are a lot of women who just want to make money and travel the world and live their best life. They don't want to deal with men. They don't want to have anything to do with the other gender because of what they have been through from failed relationships, from failed marriages, and from encounters which they have had with men. The killing, the raping of not only women and children, all of these horrible things which men have been doing to women, domestic violence, the abuse, femicide, all of these things have caused women to lose faith in men. Women have lost faith in men, lost faith in relationships. They just sit at home, spend time with their homegirls, spend time with their families, and travel the world, live their best life. Most women don't even want to be in relationships again because you guys have hurt women so badly that women don't want to deal with you. Now you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. So besties, I'm going to leave this video here. Everything that needed to be said has already been said. I'm happy the men are coming out to take accountability and also calling out other men because there are a lot of men who are still living in Delulu land, who are still living in delusion. Anyways, guys, drop your thoughts in the comment section, share your experiences. I'm dying to see them, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.